Our understanding of Aaron's life and the ancient priesthood relies entirely on specific textual records. This narrative is drawn directly from the Tamil Common Translation of the Bible, known as Theruvivillium. After escaping Egypt, the Israelites found themselves isolated in the wilderness. They were a fragile, mortal nation that needed a way to interact safely with a God whose holiness was absolute, and therefore potentially lethal to humans. They required a structured mediator. The book of Leviticus, chapter 8, details the selection of that mediator, Moses' brother Aaron. He undergoes a rigorous process of consecration, or Therunilai, setting him apart entirely from the rest of the camp. This calling carried an immense physical and spiritual burden. Aaron had to wear specific holy garments, Theruudaigal, representing his duty to carry the sins and judgment of the entire nation on his shoulders. In this system, there was no margin for error. Aaron stood between absolute holiness and a flawed population, where a single procedural lapse carried a sentence of death. In Leviticus 9, Aaron executes his first massive undertaking as high priest. He meticulously prepares both the sin offering, Pavam Kokumbali, and the burnt offering, Eribali, exactly according to the divine instructions. This diagram illustrates the strict spatial layout of the sanctuary. Notice the position of the altar, or Balipidam, situated dangerously close to the tent of meeting. Aaron had to navigate this exact space, operating right on the edge of the divine boundary. Stepping down from the altar, Aaron completes the grueling physical labor of the sacrifices and turns toward the people. He raises his hands and blesses them. Then, Aaron and Moses walk into the tent of meeting, the Santipukudaram. After a time, they emerge and step back out to face the vast crowd of Israelites. At that exact moment, the glory of the Lord appears visibly to the entire nation. This is Aaron's ultimate spiritual peak. The appearance of the divine glory proves that the meticulous sacrificial system actually works, and that God has fully accepted the mediation of a mortal man. But the triumph collapses almost immediately. In Leviticus 10, Aaron's two eldest sons, Nadab and Abihu, take the priestly duties into their own hands. They carelessly bring unauthorized strange fire, Viter Narupu, before the Lord. They completely disregard the precise, careful system their father had just established. The exact same holy fire that had just signaled divine blessing now flashes out as judgment, instantly consuming Aaron's sons. What follows is one of the harshest directives in the entire text. As the high priest, Aaron is strictly forbidden from mourning. He cannot even leave his post at the sanctuary to bury his own children. The survival of the entire nation rests on the priesthood remaining pure. Aaron's duty to God has to completely override his personal grief, forcing him to immediately transfer the future of the institution onto his two remaining sons, Eleazar and Ithamar. Aaron answers the chaos by returning straight to his duties. In Numbers chapter 8, he lights the lamps on the golden lampstand, the Vilakutandu, and officially purifies the Levites for service. God establishes a perpetual covenant with Aaron. This guarantees that the holy contributions and the responsibility of the priesthood will belong to his specific family line forever. This timeline shows how that promise played out. Starting here in the wilderness, we can track an unbroken line extending through centuries of Israel's history, passing straight through the eras of King David and King Josiah. Even generations after his death, the text continually specifies that it is the sons of Aaron, Aaron and Puthalvar, who manage the nation's worship, blow the trumpets, and prepare the massive Passover festivals. Aaron's legacy is defined by the moment he continued his ritual duties while others buried his sons. That persistence turned a temporary role into a permanent institution, ensuring the sons of Aaron remained the central authorities of Israel's worship for the next 1,000 years.